Yes, it is my pleasure to come before you this morning and present your 2023 All-Star High School Award winners. Um, just, a, I guess let me see if this is working. Maybe. Oh, there we go. So this is a program we started last year in 22 as an offshoot, an optional recognition program through the Apply Kansas campaign. So schools that register for the Apply Kansas program, they do an application event in the fall. And if they choose to do a FAFSA completion event and then a senior signing or a college signing event in the spring, and all three of those events happen in the same academic year, they can be recognized as an all-star high school. So last year we recognized 54 high schools in our inaugural year. And this year, we have 97 high schools. So that's very exciting. And just to kind of refresh your memory on each of these events, the Apply Kansas event happens in or around October. That is an application event where largely school counselors are making time out of the school day to support their seniors in completing college applications, or sometimes job applications or military applications, any type of post-secondary planning path, helping seniors think early in the fall about what comes after high school, and then supporting them in their path on that. And then next comes a FAFSA completion event. And so those events, sometimes they happen at the Apply Kansas events. We have schools that will pair those two events up together. And then sometimes those FAFSA events can happen in the community. They can happen at an institution, a local institution. Sometimes they pair up between high schools, and sometimes they happen right at the local high school. So there's a lot of different ways those FAFSA events can look. And they can happen anytime between October 1, when the FAFSA typically opens, through February, the end of February even. And then the last event is probably the most varied and maybe the most fun, is the senior signing, college signing day event, which happens around the National Decision Day of May 1. And that's the universal deposit day for universities across the country. And this is when you get to celebrate all of the decisions of the seniors. And so really our only requirement is that you celebrate all the seniors and you celebrate all the choices that they made. And this is where they get to tell everybody what they decided. So whether it's going to a technical college, or going to get their associate's degree, or going out of state to a four-year university, or going to work with their parents after high school, it doesn't matter. All of those choices are worth celebrating. And it's so cool to see how our high schools choose to do that in a variety of different ways. Sometimes it can be on a bulletin board. Sometimes it can be through senior honors and awards night. There's so many different creative ways that our high schools choose to do this. You can even see on the slide there, one school did little Bitmojis on a map. So she did Bitmoji cartoons of each student on a map of the United States and of Kansas. So it's really neat to see the creativity that our schools come up with. So these are we designed this program because these events, we feel like are best practice events that, built over time and done year over year, not only help teach seniors and help support them in their path after high school, but also help educate the underclassmen and help them get excited about waiting. Well, when's it going to be my turn for Apply Kansas? And looking and learning about all the different things that they can do by seeing it through their peers, right? Because a lot of times high school students don't know what they don't know. They know what their parents do. They know what they know what their friends do. They know what their family does, but they don't always know what's out there and what's possible. And so this is a way to see what their peers in their high school are choosing to do. So by being able to put these out there, it really gets the underclassmen also excited about what's possible. And so we want our schools to do this year over year, because as exciting as this is and as big as our numbers are, we know that we're still in enrollment decline. We know that. And this is one of those pieces that put together with all of the other things that we're doing is going to help turn us around. So last year, we had 54 high schools. 45 of them are back this year. And so I'm going to be mailing them a sticker. And you can see the star sticker right there. They're going to get a 2023 star sticker to add to their banner from last year. And you saw the example of the banner outside as well. And so every year they get to be recognized as an all-star high school, they can add a sticker to their banner. And there's our 45 high schools from last year returning. And this year we've got 52 first-time high schools that will be getting their very first banner to hang in their high school and to start their recognition program and hopefully add some stars as the years come along as well. So you've heard enough from me. Now you can look at the list in your board book. That's on page 181 of all 97 high schools. But better than that, you're going to get to see the list and you're going to get to hear from some of our counselors and hear about some of their events and learn about why they do what they do, because that's way more exciting than what I can tell you. So here are your 2023 All-Star High School.
We've been participating in the Apply Kansas events for the past several years now. We feel that the events are very valuable to our seniors, and our seniors feel like they're also very relevant to what they're needing.
I think all of the All-Star events are great for kids. Apply Kansas gets them started with help to apply to colleges. The FAFSA work night's probably most appreciated by the parents because they could use help and advice and just encouragement.
We held our Apply Kansas Day in October, where we reserved our school library so all seniors wanting to fill out college applications could do so in a space during school hours with the support of myself and other staff members to help them with any questions that they had. Of course, they got all of the Apply Kansas swag, and we took pictures of them with pennants and celebrated them on our social media pages. This event gave our students time during the school day to complete what could be a daunting task with the support of staff members.
For our Apply Kansas Day, our seniors were able to come out and participate. We had Employee State University and Flint Hills Technical College come out to help us to get kids to complete applications, and there were kids who applied to local universities, to private schools, to community colleges, to technical colleges, beauty schools, all types of programs. And lucky for us, Employee State Federal Credit Union gave us two $250 scholarships. So for every application a student submitted during that event, their name was entered into a drawing for a scholarship.
This was our first year to do the Apply Kansas here at our own school. We participated before, but with other schools. We felt like it was really valuable because we had community members and college representatives, board members, teachers, staff, that all came out and supported our students, and we celebrated them.
And so we have the community college that we partnership with, Stewart County Community College comes, and their financial gals come and help us out with FAFSA night. And we've had near 100% attendance with our seniors and their parents and their mentors coming to that night and getting those questions answered and getting those FAFSAs completed that night.
This year, Olathe South hosted our FAFSA completion night, where we brought over 13 different financial aid experts from local colleges and universities to assist our students and families in navigating the confusing process that is the FAFSA. This was an awesome opportunity for students and families who are unfamiliar with FAFSA to have assistance navigating the process, but also start connecting with representatives from their future schools.
So one of the all-star events that we wanted to highlight was our college signing day with our students, and we had several of our most recent graduates sign on to different colleges. But what made that signing day special and possible for our students was we did a campus-wide college visit day where we had all 72 of our students go and experience a college of their choice to be able to go and gain those new experiences. And those opportunities allowed for those students to actually come back and take part in those signing days.
We have a signing day for every one of our seniors and whatever it is their choice is for their post-secondary plans. So maybe it's a four-year university, a two-year community college, the military, a mission for their church. Maybe they're going into the workforce. They have a table set up to honor that choice that they've made and that commitment that they've made for post-secondary. They get to be honored at that, and they sign a contract with their mentor that they've had for the year that says, I'm not giving up, I won't quit. I know that I still have a partnership with you after graduation. You'll continue to check on me.
I think that my favorite event is the senior signing day event. On this day, we bring all the students to the auditorium and we get to celebrate the seniors' next steps. This might be college-bound seniors who maybe sign one of these pennants up here. It might be students going into the workforce or seniors going into the military. Whatever their next steps, we want to celebrate all their hard work and dedication.
The senior signing is the one that the kids enjoyed the most. I struggle getting kids to get things done all year long. Senior signing, they all get done in 2 days. I just have them do a Google form that tells me their plans. I print off logos, they sign the logos and put them on the bulletin board.
We really feel like all the events that we do for Apply Kansas are so important to our students because they need that assistance getting through the FAFSA process. They need the assistance of applying for colleges. There's so many different things that all of us have questions for on that.
College applications and financial aid applications can be a little confusing and overwhelming. These events help provide school and community support for our students and their families to work through the applications and answer any questions that they might have. Not only do these events prepare our students, but celebrate their commitment to continuing education.
This is our first year to be an all-star school. We feel like providing our students with academic opportunities that build on their strengths, enabling them to make informed choices about the possibilities after high school, as well as surrounding them with people who cheer them on, should be our top priorities. I'm so blessed to be part of a team that celebrates students every step of the way.
We are happy to be Apply Kansas participants, so we get a lot of value out of it.
And those are your Apply Kansas All-Star High Schools.
Yeah, great job. Yes, Region winner.
Thank you, Tara. Great job. To see the addition of these schools is really heartwarming. With respect to the few that dropped out, was there any particular one reason that caused them to drop out?
I'm not exactly sure, as far as the 9 that we didn't follow through from last year to this year. I would expect a little attrition from year to year. So, when I looking at the numbers, and I would hope that we'll see a good high rate of return each year. And then also looking at the numbers, 97 total is about 48% of all of our Apply Kansas schools. So I think in year 2, looking at that as a percentage of the entire campaign, I'm pretty pleased with that amount as well. And so I hope to see those numbers continue and hopefully grow as our campaign grows. We're at about half of the high schools in Kansas are Apply Kansas schools, and now about a quarter of the high schools in Kansas are all-star schools. So I think that's a great place to start for the first 2 years.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's why you get this song. All right, had to go back to it. Okay, thank you, Tara.
All right.
Appreciate it. I was going to reference you to Dr. Tiffany Anderson. Thank you for being here.
She's quite humble in her comments, and I don't know that we've ever met, but other than email about the All-Star. So I'm really just here because of your email. And I would suspect that those that dropped out, perhaps they didn't drop out, but are still doing it, but didn't turn in the information. Like for Topeka Public Schools, here's the power in what she's talking about. Since Apply Kansas, this year, Topeka Public Schools, Topeka High is, first of all, Trojans, go Trojans, they were on the list. And so Topeka High has over $9 million in scholarships. And as of this year, 95% graduation rate. And they've been doing Apply Kansas. They're the 2-3 year group. So they started when this started. That's pretty powerful. Highland Park and Topeka West are all doing the same activities across the district. So I suspect, so my first email was, did you all turn in your stuff? Make sure you're on that list next year. So I even think people who may appear to have dropped off, what she's done is spark something so that everyone's doing something, and likely maybe 2 or 3 things. They all want their name on that list and they want to be on that video. And so probably they will make sure they turn in those things, at least in Topeka we will. I have to give a shout out to Rebecca Morrissey and Heather Prophy and all the counselors that make these things happen. Learning and academics, we have these athletic activities and athletic bowls, but we now have these academic bowls, these literal college signing days that people race to school to wear their uniform or wear their outfit. And so it's funny because several of the Apply Kansas participants, we had a listening tour this morning at a coffee shop. They showed up. And I should have brought them with me here. And we looked on the screen and said, okay, I'm not sure if this is an event for this, but they wanted to just pour into, these young people happen to all be going to KU and K-State, and they just wanted to share the running start that they have. These young people happen to be at one of the other high schools, but Topeka High, that $9 million, overall $13 million in Topeka Public Schools and scholarships. Talk about a running start. So thank you for the running start that you're giving schools across Kansas. Some may be on the list, but ones that aren't on the list, because of what you do, you've sparked something pretty incredible. And I thank the support for all of you for allowing this to continue.
Thanks, Dr. Anderson. Thanks for showing up to say that.